Who exactly would we be going into business with?
When they tied him.
You stole from your own family.
Fuck no. I created an opportunity for them that they didn't even know they needed. I helped them.
Power Book 2, Episode 2, Season 2 gave us more clues into the background of Professor Addiction that I have kicked to the curb at the right time. And we've got a little bit more story on Kane. We all was trying to say he's nothing but dumb muscle, and guess what? Kane's slicker than the belly of a snake, huh? I got the wife up here with me. Y'all know I'm going to antagonize her this whole review. Be sure to subscribe to this channel. Turn on those notifications so when we drop videos, you get them. The winner of last week's hoodie giveaway for Power Book 2 is no other than my homie, Jania Daydream. She hit me on IG. Please come back to IG, DM me your contact information so I can get you the shirt. And if you want to win one of these Power tees or hoodies, all you got to do is be a subscriber. Go hit me on IG, DM me your favorite part of episode 2. We started from the beginning, honey. How did you like this episode?
I enjoyed it.
You did?
I enjoyed it, yeah.
Just so you guys know, she watches this at a separate time from what I watch it. So when I got home with my daughter today, she was saying, I bet you think you Mr. Everything, huh?
Mr. Know Everything.
Mr. Know Everything. And when she only does that when I do these trailer hypotheses, and usually something in there is right. So people, if you're my YouTubers that are trying to do this thing, just do the best you can. Know you're not going to get everything right, but you are going to get some things right if you pay attention to TV shows. And of course, I got 90% of my stuff right.
Oh, goodness.
So let's start from the beginning. The police come for Reek. Reek is in there having another one of those daydreams with his devil daddy, 50 Cent Kanan.
Where did y'all get the name Devil Daddy from?
I just made it up.
Okay.
I mean, haven't you learned? I just be making up names left.
Okay.
I'm from the country.
I get you, Devil Daddy.
You
It's
know-
a fitting, it's
Right.
a suitable name.
Yeah, I just be making up stuff.
Yeah.
And he has that vision about what he need to do with the phone, which we was cussing him out last week anyway, saying he need to burn the phone. And he's telling them to grow up. He wake up out of that, and boom, the police is at his door. What's going to happen with Reek?
He gonna fumble somewhere along the way. I don't know. I'm waiting to see him screw up somehow, unfortunately.
Well, this particular situation didn't have anything to do
Right.
with the phone situation, and we'll get back to that in a minute.
The thing is, though, the way that the police hit his door, acting like he was in trouble for something, they didn't have to be so rude and that. I mean, you coming to get him because his sister was in danger, whatever.
Right.
You would think that they would have a little bit more compassion.
Now, normally, wouldn't you call for something like that?
Regardless,
Why you show up to the man's house?
banging on the door and then saying, "We'll tell you when we get there." They were very, very nasty, I thought, for the situation.
They were rude,
Right.
uninviting, and stupid. First of all, they're going to call you. Secondly, if your sister is in danger, was put in danger, a situation like this, they're not going to be behaving like that. They wanted us to think they was coming for him because of what happened with Jabari. That's what they wanted us to think.
Right.
And what they really came for him was, and you know what? Shout out to the actress playing Yaz, because she played her butt off when she was being taken to... did you see the look on her face? Yaz was like...
We didn't see
God.
Yaz more this season.
Whoever you are, Yaz's character, Yaz's actor, you did your thing in this episode. I bought it. I bought your pain. I bought it.
We've seen her character more this season than the whole series of Power.
And she's got talent. 50 need to put her in something, but they came to get Tariq because the grandma, DWI, like you said, Yaz mentioned she was drinking. And Cooper Saxe is there, so automatically Tariq is on defensive. What the heck?
For some reason, Cooper Saxe didn't look the same to me.
His hair is different.
His whole swag.
They've done that on
I was
purpose.
literally sitting back like, who is this dude?
Because now they got him with a black guy. So now he's got swag
So
about
I have
himself.
to go back and look to see what his previous profile looked like, because I honestly didn't know who he was when he first
His
walked
previous
in.
profile was that of
Yeah.
a white cornbread dude working for the sheriff department in Alamance County.
I mean, we see that Method Man got him, you
Yeah.
know, he told him he had to keep up appearances. And so he did it, because I was like, who is that?
Damn right he did it. Got him swagged up. Now, Tariq's big mama, poor thing, she basically highlighted what I said in one of my reviews this week. She's drinking because she's stressed about
Everything that's went on.
everything from Raina to Tariq's daddy to now Tasha is missing. And she's like, bruh, Reek, I'm 62 years old. I need a reprieve.
Right.
And at first, Reek was mad at her, then he kind of understood what she's going through. So, what do you think is going to happen with this? She going to get Yaz back?
I have no idea. Why are they even going down this route, this storyline? Why not just have her sit back with Yaz and we don't even hear about them?
Well, that would be boring.
We need to add more pressure for Tariq?
That would be boring, yes. Yes, we need to add more pressure for Tariq.
So what's going to happen? I don't see where they're going.
Ultimately, this could be the culmination of a couple of things. Number one, if Yaz is displaced, this could be the easy way to bring Tasha right back in.
Potential, yeah.
But that would put Tasha in a sticky situation knowing that Tommy is looking for her. But having said, this would be an easy way to reunite Tasha with her daughter. Right. And at the end of the day, I think that's the backbone of what they're looking for with this. That's what I think they're looking for. But
and the other thing is, why isn't Tasha in witness protection with her daughter?
Nobody knows. They just whisked her away because
Right.
Tommy... you saw how Tasha barely escaped with her life. Tommy was at the gravesite.
Well, I think we answered our own question. The whole reason for this is to draw Tasha back in
Of
somehow.
course.
Yeah.
Tasha's going to come back, of course. As I said, Councilman Tate was going to be messing with Professor Milgram. Professor Addiction. This episode, I had trolls all up in my YouTube. Oh, he Mr. Clickbait. He don't know what he's talking about. Blah, 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 blah. Shut up. I got this. Here he is talking to Stearns. Now, you remember Stearns is a rich mogul. He's on all the boards of Stansfield. Now they missing the professor, and he's making him an adjunct. Of course, Tate wants something in return. First, Tate's trying to tell him, I want to get that seat Sweeney has.
Right.
Stearns is like, I don't know. You're going to serve my purpose, and then I'll scratch your back. And while you're here, you can find information. Is he going to try to screw Stearns? Do you see that coming? And you see Stearns enticed him with Professor Milgram.
They're a mess. They're a hot mess. But yeah, it was interesting. I had forgotten all about Stearns.
How you forget about Stearns?
I just did.
Oh,
but him and Tate together means no good.
No good.
But they're crafty. So if you want them to go after somebody and potentially take them down, meaning Rick Sweeney, who I don't really care for,
right?
Then I like to see the pair together.
But you care for Stearns, who's no different from Rick Sweeney. But you care for Stearns because he's helping you.
He's going to help
you take that.
Exactly.
The enemy of your enemy is your enemy.
Right. Is my friend.
Yeah, it's your friend. Yeah. Okay, I can get with that.
Right.
But ladies and gentlemen, post your comments down below. What episode is Professor Addiction going to give up the panty draws to Tate? Right now, she's acting very unthirsty. She's acting like she don't have nothing to do with him. But we know that is a facade. I heard y'all saying he too short, he don't mix, he's not tall. But that ain't her problem. She has an addiction. And addiction knows no boundaries. I don't care if you're short, tall, skinny, small. Addiction knows no boundaries. And Rashad Tate will be getting them draws. What episode you think he gonna get them?
She gonna make it do what it do.
She gonna look. If anybody gonna joke on her, it's me. Okay. Now I'm done with her. I am done with her. Okay. But I want you to be careful how you joke on her.
Oh, whatever.
Yeah, I just want you to be careful how you joke on her. Okay. Mecca. We learned a little bit more about old Mecca. Kane comes up here to meet with Mecca. And Mecca starts ice grilling him for information, honey. Mecca's like, tell me about your dad, tell me about your pops. Kane kind of is like, dude, you asked me too many personal questions, all blah, blah, blah. Mecca pulls out what looks to be a special edition gun. Did you see that gun in that box? The box looked like it could be a bullet. Pulls it out, gives it to him. And then he says, okay, I'll give you a try. But there was a fly in the ointment.
Now, we skipped over the part when Kane and Guap were walking out of the grocery store.
Yeah.
Now I tell you right there, Guap is real silly.
Yeah.
He walking out, doing his
IG
live.
and live.
Yeah,
whatever.
I'm like,
where he's at.
Yeah.
He's supposed to be a drug dealer.
Yeah.
He's street level.
Foolish.
That's why he's only street level.
Right.
But he was smart enough to follow Kane to Mecca's crib.
Was that smart?
It wasn't smart.
The way it ended, it wasn't smart.
No, because it ended with little Guap getting every finger on his hand broke.
I mean, not only did you follow him, you had the nerve to show up and ring to ring the bell or to be let up. What kind of stuff is that?
Obviously, he didn't realize where Kane was going. Because if he would have known it was him, he probably wouldn't have went. But his dumb butt went up there anyway. But also think about it like this: really, Mecca. You didn't have to let little Guap up there. You let him up there to send a message.
Of course. He told him to come up, and he looked at the sushi chef,
and the chef put in his earring.
Good and well, it ain't gonna end well. It ain't gonna end well. But yeah, he just had a lot of nerve, just popping up, following. So one Kane told him, "I'm about to go do something.
Right.
I ain't basically ain't telling you where I'm going.
Not telling."
And then he shows up, proceeds to
ring the doorbell.
The door person had to let him up.
Take his Jimmy Uso looking ass, because he looked like the Usos from WWE. You know who the Usos are.
And then as he's walking in the place, he's filming, seeing what floor he's on.
Yeah.
Everything Mecca did and said to Kane as well was right.
Yep. But later on, Kane learned his lesson, and later on in this episode, Kane used some of that information that Mecca taught him. But poor little Guap, he's just gonna have to go. He's gonna die.
Ooh, goodness! It's only a matter of time. He
gonna
had so
die.
many close calls.
He's gonna die. He's dumb. He doesn't. His level of intelligence in terms of where it goes with the game, he should be in school. He need to go to college. He needs to just get his drug thing up. Maybe all his hand being broke is gonna be what he needs. Cause you think he got insurance?
Oh, you're right.
Exactly. Okay, this is the very clip I played the other day where some of y'all say, how you know it's episode 2, blah, 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 sounded like Z. He don't know nothing. That's what people were saying in my comment section. Tate is in here about to get Jabari's office, and he's cracking on Professor Addiction. And it's like, you're not the welcoming party, whatever. And she's like, I'm not here to welcome you, blah, blah, blah.
No. She said, you just a replacement black guy.
God almighty. Yeah,
Your only credentials is you a black guy.
Black guy. But what she don't know is, as she's calling him a replacement, he's going to be replacing something in her panty drawers, too.
Goodness,
that's what he going. She can say all this hard talk she want to. She's playing hard to get because she's tough right now, thinking everything okay with Z. But it's going to fall. It's going to fall. But I wonder, after all this, do you think Tate's still going to want her drawers?
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
No.
Of course.
What do you mean? He might wise up and feel like she's too hot. Look, Crystal, he's going to figure out that this woman's like a doorknob. Everybody get a turn.
Goodness, Lamont.
Okay, you don't like that? She like a merry-go-round. Everybody get a spin at them skins.
Lamont.
That one better?
No.
Okay. Well, he might wise up and realize he don't need no turn at this. Right?
No.
He knows she's in a criminal case right now.
Yeah.
That should tell you, Tate, if you're trying to get in office, you can't be fraternizing with no woman who's in a case of killing somebody.
He's going to do it on the low if he can.
No. Ladies and gentlemen, will Tate see the light of day and not touch Professor Megram? Post your comments down below. My wife is thinking he going to touch her.
If he had the chance,
if
she gave him the opportunity, yes.
I'm moving to the position that she's going to offer the panty draws as y'all women try to say her steamy draws, and he's going to say no. That's what I'm going to think. Or if he don't say no, she might get him up because he going to find information on Sweeney in here. He going to find some information. She might blackmail him using her draws. Something like that could happen easily. Because Professor Meager is about to be in the hot seat. She's about to be in the hot seat. Then, here we go with Detective waiting to exhale. Pops up on her sponsor. Her addiction sponsor. Now, this was rather stupid to me. He's ice grilling her, and she's actually entertaining his ice grilling. Like, dude, do you have a warrant? And she said you can't supposed to give up this information. It's supposed to be confidential. All this.
Yeah.
Crystal, she started singing like a mockingbird. Talk about this mess, man.
I was just like, dang, is that easy? You just gonna give us all that information? I guess his legal angle is not, I guess, like privileged information or whatever, because you're not.
You still have to have a warrant for that. You should be sitting in a room where they're interrogating you. And secondly, she's supposed to have a lawyer present. She can say he didn't read her no rights.
She's just this random. Basically, she's a random person who's serving as a sponsor for. Is she a health professional? Is she a professional counselor? It don't sound like.
Okay, well, if you're a sponsor, you know your rights. You're supposed to know the right. You're supposed to know the police can't antagonize you like this.
Well, she ain't want to be bothered with all the legal stuff, because he said I can go through those mechanisms and pull you down at the station. And
she's gonna be in trouble because you just said it. She easy, Professor Carey easy. They shouldn't even have been matched up together. Two easies together don't make nothing hard. Well. Maybe on the man it makes it hard, but two easies don't help.
Go.
Okay.
Next.
All right. Your boy, Mr. Zeke. He announces he's going to the NBA. Ain't got no agent. But the real agent, we know who the real agent is, don't you?
Monet. And she even flexed a little bit of her muscle in there, talking about we handle that later. We'll get to that later.
Yeah, no more photos.
Like, look at her.
That's it. No, we're not taking no. We'll handle it later. But what was striking to me in this was she talking about you got to be careful because everybody gonna be throwing themselves at you, especially women. And I'm saying that, are you putting yourself in that category because you the main one trying to use the boy? Do you remember her saying that?
Yeah. She even said, she said, I'm the only one with your best interest
at heart. Yeah. And that's not true.
You mean my best interest
at
heart.
That's not true. Monet's not an accountant. Monet is not an MBA. Monet is not even an agent. Come on, man. And Zeke is falling for this. Right now he's falling for it. We'll see where it goes, but I think he's going to shake himself out of it. Then we get to another clip that I dropped on y'all. Diana talking to Monet. And this was the scene where Monet kept hearing New Edition, Can You Stand the Rain? And she's getting her building fixed because they need to watch the current money they got going on. But here, Diana is basically telling her, look, I want to go to school, get my MBA, be an accountant, so I can help represent Zeke because he's going to need this. And Monet is a hypocrite. In one hand, she wants her to be in the street life, but in the other hand, she don't want her to enhance her ability to step up above it. She's basically telling her you can't do both.
Right. You can't do both, and I want you to be in the streets.
Right.
I mean, which is crazy.
Basically, what she's telling her is, I just want you self-serving to me. That's what she's telling.
Yeah. How do you not want your daughter? Well, we've seen a lot of horrible mothers in these crime
shows,
drama shows.
Right.
Yeah.
And every now and then, these moms do something right, but you're looking for right in the overall narrative of the child's life, not right in the moment. You know, if I go buy you ice cream because you're feeling bad, that's right in the moment. But is that going to help your overall walk of life? No. It's going to make you feel good for the moment. She needs to let this girl go get that MBA, because if she really wants to get out of the drug game, Zeke needs all the help he can get. And I'm all for the family business if the family are adequate to handle the business.
The issue is, though, is that Monet can't keep her under her thumb if she goes off to school. So she wants to stay in control. She don't want her to wind her off too far. We just gonna do this little street thing and we gonna wing it.
But Monet trying to get out the game. She's trying to get out the game using Zeke. So,
I mean, then it makes sense that she would let her daughter go get an MBA. But no, you can't do both. So how she tell? Yeah, like you said, how is she saying out of one side of her mouth you can't go get an education,
right?
And out of the other side you got to stay in the streets, but we trying to get out the streets.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Like last week, she was talking out of both sides of her mouth. Here we go. Monet is a walking time bomb, my people. Then we get back into the conical studies, the ethics class, and Tate gets introduced into the class, and we got my hood girl. I love this hood chick.
I like their exchanges in that class.
Yeah,
how they're just tossing back and forth these philosophical, points and opinions and stuff like that, and dropping Tate right in the midst of that.
In the midst of it.
I like it.
I like it too because
Yeah.
these are conversations that if any of y'all who've been to college and had any similar class, you've had these kind of discussions. Now, me and my wife have had similar discussions, and the one that they're talking about now, do people do things just to do good? We've talked about this, and she know I'm on the opinion of Tate. Mm-hmm. No matter how much somebody try to tell you they just doing something and they're just doing it to be right. No, you're getting something out of whether it makes you feel good, you're getting something, right. Or whether you want something in return for the person you're helping, you're getting something. I do not believe anything good is done just to say I did good.
For altruism.
Yep. Don't. And I love how the hood girl jumps in there. I love how they still got the dude who's going to eventually come out. He's still in there trolling. You got the religious person. And of course you got Tariq and them saying. But the point of this whole thing was Tate meets up with Reek. And Reek and Tate are going to have a buddy-buddy deal.
They're kind of eyeing each other like,
yeah.
Oh goodness, what you doing in this class?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then Reek gets whisked away. Got to go talk to the police. Mm-hmm. Then they cut to a scene where Zeke is helping Drew get his arm back right, get his right arm back right. But while he's doing that, we get this Luigi-looking MFer come in, who's obviously an NBA agent. You know what his name is? Ray Rudin. Mm-hmm. They did not introduce this dude for nothing. Right. This slimy dude at some point in time is going to come back to help Zeke somehow, somewhere. He might have a cash upfront bonus. He might have connections to somebody in NBA. This guy, looking like Paul Heyman from WWE, did not get dropped in here for nothing. Honey, why they drop him in here?
You know, the other thing is the timing.
Right.
So they also dropped him in when Drew mentioned to Zeke that Monet is basically doing this for her.
Yes.
For herself.
Yes.
And so
did you see the look on Zeke's face?
Yeah, he got to thinking like, well, wait a minute. Monet is doing stuff behind the scenes. Maybe she don't have my best interest at heart. And then up pops this guy saying, hey, I'm an agent. Here, take my card.
Look at you.
He took it.
Look at you all up on the business. Pay attention. Look at you.
And then Drew was looking at him take the card. Like, he was looking, standing back like, is he going to take that card? And he took it.
He took the card, man. Yeah. He took the card. Monet going to be out of bullets soon.
She got competition going on.
Yeah, Monet.
Drew is intentionally dropping nuggets. I think he did it on purpose. He dropping nuggets so that Zeke could try to start thinking for himself a little bit.
Not only did he intentionally drop a nugget on Zeke, he also intentionally dropped a nugget on Diana, which is causing more dissension in the Tejada household. But we'll get there, y'all. We gonna get there. Y'all just strap in, get your popcorn, let us entertain y'all while we go through this review. And if you want to win one of these Power T-shirts, all you gotta do is be a subscriber. Go subscribe to me on IG. Shoot me a DM. Favorite thing you liked about episode 2. So Tariq done got pulled in by Detective Waiting to Exhale, and he's ice grilling Zeke. Now, Tariq, excuse me. What was shocking to me was how easily and willingly Tariq wanted to throw Professor Addiction under the bus. Right. He literally just threw her on under the bus because at first he wasn't talking. Right. And then Detective Bodyguard kept asking him for information. He finally said, well, there was a dinner I went to and Professor Megram's name was brought up and blah, 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 and blah, 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 and boom. Honey, why is he giving up Professor Addiction? I mean, he wants the heat off of him. Of course. He wants the heat off of him. So who else is a logical person to throw under the bus? For some reason, I thought Tariq actually, because when Tariq was getting acclimated with Stansfield, she was the one helping him. Yeah. She was the one like kind of buddying up to. She stuck her neck out when he was messing up in the beginning to get him into school. Mm-hmm. And now he about to throw her under the bus? Tariq is not loyal to anyone but Tariq. Tasha. Maybe. Yaz. Maybe. I mean, other than that, who? Okay. Other than that, who? Yeah. Mm. And does he have that strong of a bond with her? If someone helps you get into a school that you know you can't get your trust fund till you finish this school, but she's just there. I guess it is what it is. All right, so now we get our first look at Effie this season. Now, all you people that was mad about Drew and his kissing scene with Everett, and you be mad about all these other scenes where they be showing LGBT kind of content, Are y'all going to be mad about Effie kissing her girl? Because I've always made the argument you wouldn't be mad if it was two attractive women. You wouldn't be as mad. So I want to know who's still mad about this. But Effie's kissing her little girlfriend when pops in Braden. And she's mad with him because he pops in.
Trying to
Yeah. And late with the product. Because, you know, she had business to go on.
Right.
What do you think is going to... How do you think this relationship between Effie and Braden, Diana now, we know, how's this going to run? Is Effie really going to take Diana under her wing and kind of groom her? Because we had that before they was about to fight over Reek.
Right. I'm still trying to fill out their relationship. But, I mean, she's giving her some nuggets. The question is, how close are they going to be?
Right.
Is Reek still going to be in the midst of... Well, we know Diana has strong feelings for him.
Right.
Effie seemed like he could care less. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, she can care less.
No, for a moment there, she showed that there's still a part of her that care for him.
She's willing, but she's not about to be run over.
Right.
Basically.
Right.
And so, meaning, I guess he could still kind of string her along a little bit if he decide to flip and be like, oh, I'm really invested and interested, whatever.
Okay.
So, I don't think, in that regard, I don't think they're going to be close.
Okay.
There's always going to be a little bit of tension.
Gotcha. Then Tariq meets up with Kane to just let Kane know they got a suspect. It's Professor Migrum, Professor Addiction. Kane's still sweating bullets. And then Tariq gets a page, you gotta go. Should Kane still be sweating bullets? Because we've learned this episode, Kane is a little smarter than what they've given him credit for. A little bit, anyway.
You know, now why did Braden show up late? Did he say anything about why he was late?
You talking about to Effie?
Yeah.
No, he's blamed it on Reek.
This wasn't the night.
He blamed it on Reek, and she was like, I don't give a F about Reek.
And so that's, okay, we'll find out later what happened in the midst of that.
Right, but what about Kane and Tariq? Do Kane got any reason to be worried?
I think so.
What with this plan Tariq done put in motion?
With this grand plan, he got something to worry about because Tariq done already messed up by answering the phone.
Golly. Well, the plan he need to be worried about is the plan he orchestrating Kane, but we'll get there in a minute. Then we see old Cooper Sacks, Cooper Duper Super Duper Sack, getting him some from the same chick he was screwing last year, who's an attorney. And of course, Meth McLean likes this because this chick works in the court system, and anytime they need information as a defense, Cooper Sacks is in there.
Get that pillow talk.
That's as Meth McLean put it. You in there, I'm in there, so win for everybody.
Right.
How much is this chick gonna talk? And this is the type of person who could die.
Okay.
This chick is the type of character on this type of show who can die, who can get X'd off quick. It's running her mouth too much.
I mean, but who gonna care? I know we don't think Cooper Sacks don't care, other than he done lost his connection in his good times. Other than that.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna care too much.
Yeah.
We'll see. Next thing we see, the girl from the trailer that's antagonizing Effie was one of her customers. They all get into a brawl.
Not customers. She was one of she was a dealer too, right?
I'm calling her customer, but yeah, it's one of her clients. Yeah, one of her clients, exactly. And they get into a brawl. This is why Braden had his face beat up. Now, I had said that this was Becca in the episode. I was trolling, honestly. But the fight ensues, and Braden starts getting beat up, but then Braden turned the tables. Effie lost her gun. And I wish they would have finished that scene because they really just finished the scene with Effie beating up this chick and Braden beating up whoever her little bodyguard was. And then they just went right into Diana and Tariq showing up at Effie's door. And this is when Effie basically like, you his girl. That right there let me know that a part of Effie still has a concern or a care for Tariq. She ain't had to ask her that. Well, for what? Why you need to know what I am to him? But she went on ahead and threw it in there, and that's when they almost came to fisticuffs. Talk about this, because this is the new drug family.
Just quick comment. Back at that fight.
Back to the fight.
Now, if you trying to pass off that much fake drugs, the sugar packets, whatever, wouldn't she have just gotten killed? Like, I mean, they like a whole
brick.
Was it just one, or it was like the whole load?
I don't know how many bricks they gave this girl.
And you trying to pass that off to somebody, and it's just...
Even Effie said, Tariq, you could have got me killed.
Yeah. That was just so...
She should have got killed. Her and Brady.
Or it should have been a little bit more severe. Something.
Well, here's the problem.
It was...
The problem was they weren't tough enough to beat Effie. What you saying that she ain't never had came to that.
Maybe it was just one little brick then. I don't know.
Regardless.
If you dropping off that much drug to somebody, you would think they would be a little bit, higher up on the chain.
Well, let's say that let's say we chalk it up to they've been in business for a while and this might have been Effie's first time messing up. Mm-hmm. Let's chop it up to that. And plus, if you shoot your connect, where you gonna get your drugs from now? Maybe that was going through them. But after this fight...
Maybe they tried to screw them over.
After this fight, what you going to do?
Right.
Because that's still a bad situation.
It is.
But we'll see.
But Effie and Dante, like I said, we'll see. Mm-hmm. We'll see where that triangle, wherever it goes.
That quadrangle. Mm-hmm. And then right after that, they go right back to the house and tell Monet the drugs that Monet is assuming she got from Rico is nothing but sugar water.
Mm-hmm. Did she steal Rico? Did she steal those from the one that she shot?
Monet is assuming the drugs that they have right now came from Rico.
Okay.
Yeah. And she tastes it and was like, oh well, it is what it is. Mm-hmm. And good and damn well that ain't Monet. Mm-hmm. It is what it is.
Right.
And walks away like she don't care.
And laugh. Yeah.
You know why she's doing that? Because she think her ticket is Zeke. Mm-hmm. And look how Drew and Diana looking at her like, what?
Right.
What? Nah.
You getting half your supply, Monet. That's why we got sugar.
No, well, I mean, at the end of the day, you have to know what your the purity of your product.
And to tell you well, I was about to say, I thought the same thing too. Like, goodness, Monet slipping. Wouldn't you test it out or check to see, taste it, whatever, to see that it's real? Apparently she did, and it was. And we'll find that out later. Apparently she did and she didn't.
I mean, she didn't because when she tasted this time, she really acted like it was not a big deal. Mm-hmm. Just like, okay, oh well. And walked away. That's not Monet.
You think she would have tried to figure out what happened along the way.
Right, exactly.
Because if she was on her game, she would have did that before she passed it off to Tariq and them.
Probably not because she's used to getting good product from Rico. Because remember, Rico give good product. There's a reason why this product is messed up.
Right.
But normally what she get from Rico is good product, usually. So, but the issue for me is she don't care, my people, because she's trying to get out this game so that she can go and live a life of luxury off Zeke. That's what this issue was. Then, the very next episode, the very next clip, they show Kane meeting up with Drew. And remember, Kane reached out to Drew. And Drew's like, you shouldn't be here. Kane tell him, look, I'm trying to make things right. Let me help you out. So he takes Drew to the gun range. Drew's right-handed. He's trying to show Drew how to shoot left-handed. He's really trying to ingratiate himself back in the family.
Right.
Did you think Drew bought this, or did you think Drew knew this was a ploy?
I think Drew bought it. I wasn't suspecting anything odd at this time. I thought he just realized his brother was struggling, and so let me help him out. Okay. And it could have been, two purposes. My brother is struggling, let me help him out, but let me help myself out too.
Right. Could be.
Yeah.
Could be. Lord have mercy. Then we get Zeke telling Professor Megram,
we breaking up. And
y'all know this ain't real because this boy's in love with her. He's in love with her.
He wanted her to fight a little more.
Yes, he did. And did you see how
I understand.
Right. He wanted her to be like, no, drop to her knees, grab his leg. No, don't leave me. And then you could see it because when he tried to leave, he tried to kiss her.
He wanted to give her a hug.
And she moved away. Now, in this is the type of thing that can win me back, Professor Addiction. You showing that you are moving on past your addiction. You're growing in who you are, and you'll realize you need to quit messing around with these young boys, and you're going to handle your addiction. I can give you a second chance behaving like that. And you're also showing that you're being tough to take, which means you might then finally realize the power you have in your pants. I can give someone a second chance if she's going to behave like that. Should I give her a second chance? Should I need to keep watching?
Go on out there and get your little feelings hurt.
Let me keep watching a couple of more episodes first. Let me keep watching Professor Addiction. Let me keep watching first. Then everybody coming over to her house today, ain't that? How do everybody know where she live at? Then Detective Bodyguard done came over there.
He was following
Zeke, yep.
Yeah.
He was following Zeke, which was straight from the trailer breakdown I did. Because Zeke had on that nice jacket. By the way, all the men had on really nice jackets in this episode. Kane had a nice jacket. Zeke had on, and I love those coats I was wearing. He comes over here. He complaining about a sofa being misplaced.
Right.
And she up there like, that's what you bothering me for? What? So what's his problem? What is his real motive, honey? What is Detective Waiting to Exhale real motive? Do he really... Is this a love vendetta gone wrong?
I'm sitting there thinking like, now couldn't she
didn't
file a complaint? Like,
Yes.
he has a conflict of interest.
Yes.
Because he's obviously had a relationship with her in the past.
I don't even think she got a lawyer yet.
So why and she is a lawyer, right? Because he's
she
disbarred.
right,
but
right.
she ain't act like one in the scene because she gave up too much information.
She did. Thank you.
I'm like, what kind of stuff is that?
Come on, Professor Carey. Come on, man.
That one, I don't buy that.
And then
that don't make no sense.
No. I mean,
give yourself an alibi, which isn't an alibi,
right.
and then a way to help make him believe you, to tell him that Zeke was there. So you gave up that information,
right.
that level of information.
She's just singing like a
And now he's going to be looking at Zeke to say there was in some type of lover's triangle, and Zeke then
messed up Jabari.
Yeah, then killed Jabari. That's going to mess up his prospects of going to the
NBA
NBA because it's going to hit the new. We saw some of that too, but we'll get to it. Just go
and
ahead.
then the guy who gave him the business card as an agent is going to have to probably be dirty too. He's going to have to be a little dirty and help Zeke out of this. But at the end of the day, I don't believe she's gotten a lawyer yet. And then
she said she didn't have a lawyer.
And then you said this. She's easy. She's just as easy as her daggone sponsor was. Because you just giving up, and both of them giving up information.
This part
too
don't
easy.
make sense to me as a lawyer for you to tell him that Zeke was there with you.
Think about it like this. Maybe she got so emotionally wrapped she didn't know what to do.
Unless she was just trying to sell Zeke down the road. That didn't make any sense.
Yeah. And then we get to the scene where Tariq could have really iced the cake and have had Professor Addiction done. He could have put this phone in there, been done with it, but Tate comes to bother her because he's worried about all the police in his office, and Tariq overhears him tell her the police came and questioned Tariq. And then for whatever reason, he decided not to put the phone in there. What do you think he hesitated for?
I don't know. But I was watching thinking, okay, are your fingerprints all over that phone and you just about to set it up in the drawer? Because he was holding it, flipping it. And I'm like, you ain't wiped nothing off. I thought he had put it in the drawer.
Mm-hmm. Deleting texts and everything. Yeah. I feel like he didn't do it because it would have been too convenient at this point. The police done talked to him. And he comes in her office.
Drops it off.
Right, yeah. Exactly. So I just think that he didn't do it then. Then they show Monet and Lorenzo. Basically, Lorenzo tells Monet, look, if Kane got you some product, you need to use it. Mm-hmm. And Monet is basically, this is Monet, the woman part of Monet is screaming. She wants to be loved. She wants to be held. She's telling him, I'm tired of air. She Jordan Sparks. Air, no air. I'm tired of air. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The hardcore Monet wants to be loved.
Yeah, and on the outside, not somebody who she can only talk to on the phone.
Right, and see
these little
conjugal visits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long? He's in jail forever?
Forever.
Ever.
Unless they come up with a reason why they can get him out.
Right.
So now she goes running back to Kane, and it was funny to me how Kane's girlfriend was like, hey, y'all keep coming over here. She gave her a rolled up. She's like, okay. And then ran out the door.
Right.
But basically, she invited Kane back into the family. Mm-hmm. Nothing to see there.
Yeah. Did she say something like, you need to be loyal to your family, or you need to be... I'm like, I thought you excommunicated him. How you going to tell him to be loyal and... Okay.
Yeah, well. And then we get the scene where Diana goes over to Effie and is like, look, help me out. You in school, you pushing weight. I want to do the same thing. And Effie gave her a good lesson to start out. Effie's like, look, you need to find out who stepped on your product. Who has the most to gain from stepping on your product?
Right.
Gave her lesson number 1. She asked her, was she smart? F is smart. I could see them teaming up and being a problem for somebody. For
Diana
and Effie teaming up could be a problem for not just the drug game, but for men
that
too.
would be interesting. Yeah, they kicked Tariq to the curb.
Kick Tariq to the curb. Yep. Now, what if they kick Tariq to the curb and they become lovers and partners? Oh goodness. Because remember, Monet told her, I don't see how you separate the two, but Monet said you don't need to have a lover, you need to have a partner. But I made the parallel.
A lover makes you weak, a partner makes you...
Yeah, I made the parallel. A partner can be just like a lover. Depending upon what purpose they're serving for you in your business, they are probably more valuable than your lover. In some cases, if this is the right hand of your business and someone threatens them to take them away, you out of business. If someone threatens to take your lover away, you out of the person you love, but your business still, you could make a parallel. Yeah. But they done show Effie getting it in with a woman. I can easily see them going down that road. I
would rather it be, them just business partners. Forget the whole lover, whatever. I think that would just make it
too tangled.
Cliche.
Cliche.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can get with that. And then this is when we get Kane unleashing his diabolical plan. He stole the drugs from Braden. He traced Braden's IG like Mecca told him. Then he drops on Mecca, I'm going to be doing this with Monet. And that was music to Mecca's ear. Talk about this. Kane think he's smart.
Yeah, the only thing is Diana is on to that.
She owned it, yeah. She's already on it.
Yeah, but I didn't expect this from Kane.
Right.
So we'll see. The only thing is, how is this going to play out? Because apparently, we'll find out later that Mecca had a thing with Monet.
We almost there.
Okay.
Because right in the very next scene, Kane shows up to the house to eat with them, and Diana's like, what is he doing here?
Right.
And then...
I'm sure she's going to discuss it with Drew later.
Right.
Like, we need the key. Yeah.
Yeah, well, she discussed it with Drew right then in the moment, because Monet got up from the table while Kane was in the kitchen getting food. She looked at Drew and she was like, Drew, did Kane call you or you call him? And that's when he said Kane called me.
But Kane walked right back in before
and they didn't finish the conversation.
Before she had a chance to say
but
it.
She already know at this point. She already
knows, but she ain't have a chance to clue Drew in completely.
Right. But she will.
Yeah, of course.
She will.
Yeah.
Then we get to Tariq coming to the bonfire on campus. He gets rid of his phone like his devil daddy 50 Cent said. And after he gets rid of the phone, when is this chick right here going to learn? He meets up with Lauren, who says, it's bull jive here. Let's get out of here. And she takes him up to her little secret spot on the rooftop of campus somewhere that nobody know about. He gets Diana a call. Diana said, I got some drugs for you. And now Tariq going to use Lauren's spot as his new drug spot. And then he dissed Lauren along the way. Honey, when is she going to get the picture?
He didn't mean to diss her.
It don't matter. The end result is the end result.
Well, this is the first time she got mad and basically told him she was mad and stormed off. So I think he's going to have to try to reel her back in so that they can be back in good with each other. Because he was trying to get her just not to go away.
Right.
Trying to bring her back.
Lauren, get a clue. And while they're having that dinner, we hear New Edition again. Dumpsters are knocked down in synchrony. Yeah. And guess who it is, honey?
Now this is when I started putting
Mecca.
2 and 2 together, because it's like she's getting these little hints all throughout the show,
right? Where
music is playing, she's looking out the window, and she's like almost had this like longing look in her eye.
Yep.
And it's like somebody is sending her a message through all these little happenings.
And we learn it's Mecca, aka Dante. Right. He apparently had a thing for her when they was kids, because the father was mentioned. So the question is, honey, where are they going to go with this? We got 31 seconds left.
What is his role?
Right.
So this makes me, so he already knows that Kane is doing her dirty.
Yep.
Is he going to bring that up? This also makes me wonder, is he really the feds, like people have been suggesting? So, and then when is Kane going to introduce Mecca to Mary and they act like they don't know each other? Or is Mecca gonna keep ditching the meeting so that Mary don't know that Mecca is the connection?
So, Mecca.
Yeah. So this is an interesting plot twist, and I want to see where this goes. So this made it very interesting.
Now, you saw the way she was looking at him. Mm-hmm. She want him.
Right.
And she took that business card. Uh-huh. And he said it all suave. Well, here's my card, you know.
How is he going to do this? Because he knows.
He know everything.
Working with her. Yeah, she knows nothing.
He know everything. She know. One way this is going to end, it's going to be bad for Kane. Because the secret is going to get out. Right. Tariq might find out first. That's what I think is going to. When Tariq find this out, he going to hold it over Kane's head. Kane might die from this one. Because who knows how the daddy going to respond to this. Because if Dante was around when they was kids, I'm assuming she met with Lorenzo during teenage years.
Right.
He probably knew about this dude. He find out this who you getting your work from. Is he going to be okay with it or not? You know, you got to think about it. How's he going to feel about that? Are you going to be okay that she's getting work from somebody who was trying to holler at your woman back in the day? Or is he going to know the real deal that this dude is the feds?
Right.
Yeah,
because she said it's been a long time. He popped up out of nowhere.
Right.
So why is he popping up?
Exactly.
Is it for love?
And
or
then
is it to take her down?
has she been living in that house the whole time?
I wouldn't think so.
But, well, then how did he know where you live at?
He followed Kane.
But she don't know that he followed Kane?
What do you mean?
Wouldn't you be creeped out if somebody from your childhood just figured out you live somewhere and then they start doing stuff that they did when you was a child? She don't know that he followed Kane.
Right.
Unless that's the same house she was living in.
Unless he's just resourceful. He probably asks around the block.
Okay.
Where so
ask around the block, but you still going to be creeped out. If you ain't seen or heard from this dude in 20 years, and then you see me doing something that we used to do when we was kids,
knocking
dumpsters over, that's got to be the house she was living in when she was a kid. If not, she should be creeped out. Period.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, man, that's a mess.
Like, how you find me?
Right. Yeah. How you find me, first of all. That's what she should be asking herself. But we'll see.
They maybe running the same circles and she
Crystal,
could ask something.
Crystal,
you know.
You don't start out meeting somebody you ain't talked to in 20 years by doing stuff like that's creepy.
I agree.
That's creepy.
I agree. Well, she don't care because she just happy she was found, it looked like. You mentioned that she had that look on her face, so she was just happy.
That twat hot.
Oh my God.
Well, that's what the problem is.
Yeah.
You remember she said air, no air, no air. Jordan Sparks. Air. That's what she said. Last but not least, Professor Addiction. Meth McLean shows up, and we learned that he done got a spin at the skins too. She even says to him, "You don't have your ring on." And he said, "I'm here to help you. You need me."
Right. She need to shut up and listen. This the one time she need to just be quiet and listen.
And she didn't. But he's not going to go away. He's going to help this girl.
Yeah.
But
he realized that she's about to get thrown under the bus.
Yeah, exactly.
And he's going to have to step in and try to help out.
Exactly.
He ain't about to let Tariq do her like that.
And hopefully whatever they went through in the past, she'll get over. Probably they messed around. He lied and said he was single when he wasn't. Because the fact that she mentioned he ain't got that ring on, they don't put that.
Have we seen his wife yet?
Yeah, we seen his wife last year. Remember?
Okay.
Seen his wife. He was in bed with his wife. No, we haven't seen the wife. That was Paula. She was a jump off.
Okay.
And he had put his ring on.
Have we seen her? Is she gone?
Paula gone. Right?
Okay.
We ain't seen her so far. But after she kicks out Meth McLean, she starts calling Zeke Bellamy, and Zeke Bellamy is knee deep in pity penis, screwing this girl that he don't really care for.
Thirsty. Somebody thirsty.
She thirsty.
The whole time. All she talking about, what team you going to? Where you going? How much money you
Oh, and y'all black women gonna love this. You know that she's a white girl. You know how y'all be saying, y'all go to NBA sports, y'all get y'all a white girl. That's what he's in bed. He ain't thinking about her though. She pity penis. That's what she is. He's just trying to be sober himself up from his love of Professor Addiction. She calls him, and this girl's in there saying stuff about teams. Then all of a sudden,
right,
it's old detective bodyguard. Put your pants on. Now, what I don't understand is how the police apprehending everybody? There's no warrant. You're not under arrest, and y'all just going with these dudes. But I did like that Becca, and I don't know if that's her name or not. But well, let's just call her Karen. Karen whips her phone out. Don't you hurt him.
Right.
She don't want to see her meal ticket hurt, Crystal. Don't you hurt him. He might be my baby daddy.
But you see that look on her face after they left out that door.
What did it say?
She was pretending like, I think she was pretending like she was doing it for his benefit.
Right.
But she was doing it for hers. That video was all over campus.
Absolutely. You picked up
All
on it.
over.
Absolutely. That was for her benefit on top of his, because she about to upload that everywhere.
She had that Grinch that stole Christmas look on her
And
face.
she might be in the runnings for someone that might get pregnant by the baller. After Monet done told him, you got to be careful. And Monet didn't say that for nothing. And now he in here sleeping with the white girl who could wind up getting pregnant. But I still got to put my money on Professor Megan. Somebody getting pregnant by the baller. It's just who they going to let it happen to.
Yeah. Now, what is this going to do for the NBA prospect? Because you know she about to just send that,
Lord,
that video out to everybody.
What it's going to do is...
he's being questioned in a murder.
The guy that gave him the business card, the NBA, agent, that's going to be his saving grade. That guy probably connected to everybody.
Got publicists.
Yes, he connected to everybody. That guy's going to save him.
Consultants.
Yep. And he probably going to tell him, you got to kick your auntie to the curb. So, ladies and gentlemen, it was a lot going on in this episode. Please post us all your comments. If you want to get a chance to win one of these power tees or power hoodies, just leave us your comment on what was your favorite scene of this episode. And that's going to do it for us. Don't forget to like the video, comment, subscribe, get yourself that life gain. Any closing words, honey?
Nope.
You satisfied?
Yeah, I'm satisfied. I'm happy that Tate is back. He my boy again.
Oh, Lord. Now she back on the Tate bandwagon for now.
Because we on the same team now.
Yeah, but what you gonna do? What you gonna do if he was to sleep with Professor Addiction? You still on his team?
I don't care. I don't care. He's Tate. Tate is dirty, and he do what he gotta do.
So you prefer to be with the devil you know, because you know what dirt you're gonna get from that devil, than some devil you don't know.
Yeah, and then I want to see what happens with Mecca and Mary. Not Mary, Monet. How they gonna play that?
Not to mention, did you guys catch the Easter egg of how he was talking to Stern, and they kept using the term influence, because that's gonna be the name of Tate's spinoff, Influence.
Okay.
Till that next Sexy as Hell video. Y'all ain't gonna miss me with nothing. I get it all. I'll see y'all.